been talking about the breath and concentrating on a sama-vritti ratio of even inhale and exhale, which is concerned with the length of the breath. And Patanjali gives us two aspects that we should pay attention to when we're doing pranayama, when we're doing breath work. One is length. Dirgha is the Sanskrit word, dirgha. But also, we need to attend to sukshma. Sukshma means subtle. So just as the asana, the physical practice, we're kind of doing this balancing act of trying to cultivate steadiness and ease at the same time. With the breath, we're cultivating length and subtlety at the same time. Subtlety also, or sukshma, sometimes rendered in this context as smooth, which may be a little easier to hold on to as far as a quality that you're going to cultivate, or fine or refined. So this is the aspect that we're going to think about today. How to make the ujjayi breath that accompanies our asana practice very smooth, subtle, and fine. If we only lengthen the breath, we might start straining. You might lengthen it or hold it too long, and then the next breath will be very jagged or uncontrolled. So yes, there's going to be a certain length to the breath, but today we're going to stay tuned into the subtlety of the breath. We'll begin by coming into samasthiti at the back of the mat. And since this is an asana practice in addition to a breathing practice, let's pay attention to the body. Noticing the feet, feel that good equal balance across the ball of the foot and into the center of the heel. Feel the spine being lifted. The chest is open so that the breath can move easily. The crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Relaxing the shoulders. Close the lips. Gently constrict the back of the throat as if you're making an ah sound with the lips closed. And begin to listen to the sound of the breath. It's a soft whisper. Bring your sense of hearing that usually is reaching out into the world to gather sound information. Bring it in and observe the sound of your own subtle breath. As you breathe in this manner, you'll probably naturally be lengthening the breath a little bit. So give the breath enough length that it's long enough for you to pay attention to and will be long enough for you to move with, but not so much that it disturbs the quality in any way. See if you can start to play with that balance. Finding a refined and subtle quality in the breath. And we'll bring that into the posture practice. Start with the hands at Anjali Mudra in front of the chest. Gently fix the gaze on one spot. We're going to move in and out of Tadasana 3 repetitions. Then we stay for 1 breath and then stay for 2 breaths. So we're cultivating smoothness and subtleness in the breath and then seeing how we can maintain that as we come into some stays. Remembering to keep the gaze gently fixed. Inhale, float the arms out and up. Raise the heels. Listen to the sound of the breath. And exhale, lower the arms. Bring the heels down and let the hands meet in front of the chest again. Let's do that twice more. Please listen to the sound of your breath. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time, just like that. Now same pose, same focus on subtlety, but stay for a breath. Inhale to lift. And stay with the exhale. And stay with the inhale. Lower down with exhale, and we're going to lift up one more time and stay for 2 breaths. Inhale to lift. 2 complete breaths, which means we'll be up there for 2 exhales. Please listen to the sound of the breath. And on your next exhale, come on down. And then relax the breath. Return to Samastiti. So when you relax the breath, you let go of the constriction in the throat. Release the Ujjayi valve. Release the control of the length of the breath and let the breath breathe itself. We're next going to go into Uttanasana, and we'll do the same pattern of repetitions and stays, and we're not going to stop after each repetition. So it's going to be a continuous flow all the way through 3 repetitions, then staying 1 breath and staying for 2 breaths, and maintaining the focus on the subtlety of the breath throughout. With the inhale, float the arms forward and up. And with the exhale, the belly draws in, fold forward, keep the legs comfortably straight, relax the neck and shoulders. Inhale, bring the arms forward, open the chest, come up. That's the first repetition, then down again with the exhale. We're moving in the same speed with the breath and keeping the subtlety. Inhale, arms float up, open the chest, come to the top and do it like that. One more time, listen to your breath. Now we're going to fold forward and stay for a breath in the forward bend. Bend down with the exhale. Relax the neck and shoulders. Stay for a subtle inhale. Smooth and subtle exhale. And come to the top with the inhale. One more time, we bend down on exhale. 2 complete breaths this time. Listen to the sound of your breath. And when you're ready, come up on an inhale. And bring the arms down slowly on the exhale. Relax the breath. Find your steady, relaxed Samastiti. to notice the breath, now simply observing it rather than controlling it. Let's take a wide stance and prepare for a variation of the triangle. We'll steady the pelvis and then turn the left toes out towards 90 degrees. We're going to be sliding the left hand down the leg and working with the right arm where it's comfortable. You may want it to have it just at shoulder height, or you can raise it to the ceiling, or you can place your hand on your waist. Again, we're not going to pause between the repetitions, so if your shoulder gets tired, bring the arm down on the waist or even on the lower back. We begin with the left hand resting on the left thigh. Feel the left thigh rolling out in the socket. Although that's not our main concern, we do want to keep the form of the posture. So the left thigh is rolling out and the pelvis is staying steady, facing the front wall. With a smooth inhale, raise the arm out to the side. And then with the exhale, slide the left hand comfortably down the leg, keeping the chest open. And with the inhale, we're going to come back up. Just slide the hand back up. Try to relax the right shoulder. Again, if there's tension there, put your hand on your waist and slide down with your exhale. Keep the breath smooth and subtle. And slide back up with the inhale. Soften the shoulder. One more repetition like that. And to the left, sliding the left hand down the leg with the exhale. And slide back up with the inhale. Same movement, we're going to stay down for a breath. Smooth breath as you slide the left hand down the left leg. Keep the chest open. Equally smooth inhale here. And smooth exhale here. And come up to the top. Inhale. One more time, going down for 2 breaths. Exhale, slide down the leg. Keep the breath subtle. Stay and inhale. Listen to the smoothness of the breath. And exhale, keep the breath subtle. One more breath. Inhale. Slow and subtle breath in. Exhale, complete and subtle breath out. And then inhale, slide the left arm up the leg. And release the right arm down. We're going to come to Samastiti in the center. And relax the breath. Observe the sound of the breath as you come into this relaxed position. Notice it's probably moving a little more quickly and perhaps not so regularly. Just let it go. Now let's take the same thing on the other side. Legs coming wide, steadying the pelvis, externally rotating the right leg, and we're going to keep the awareness of the right leg rolling out in the socket, the pelvis staying square to the wall in front of you. Right hand will rest on the right leg the whole time. Left arm where it's comfortable. Smooth breath. Inhale, float the left arm up. Then keep the breath smooth as you slide the right hand down the leg. You might make it a little small this time. And inhale, come back up to the top. And exhale, smooth breath as you slide down, maybe a little farther. And keep the breath smooth as you come up to the top. Again. Subtle exhale as you slide down the right side. And keep it subtle as you come back up. And then let's go to stay for a breath. Exhale to slide down. Stay for one breath and observe the sound of your breath. As you're ready, slide up with the inhale. And we're going one more time. Exhale, slide down the right leg. Staying for 2 breaths. Keep listening to the sound of your breath. Keep it subtle and smooth. After you've had your 2 breaths, slide up on an inhale. And release the arm down as you exhale. Rotate the right leg to parallel. And then let's step to Samastiti. Releasing into the natural flow of the breath. Continue to be observant. Okay, we're going to keep trying our one-legged balances. So we'll start with Vikshasana, the tree, or the Krishna pose variation of that pose. We're not going to come in and out here. We'll stay for 6 breaths. If it's too long, do 2 sets of 3. And again, focusing on the smoothness of the breath as your primary object of focus. Keeping the pelvis steady. We'll shift on the weight onto the left leg. Rotate the right leg out in the socket and place the right heel above the left ankle bone. Or raise the right foot up somewhere on the left leg. And then bring the hands to touch in front of the chest. Keep the gaze steady, the breath smooth for 6 breath cycles. If you like, hands can come up overhead. If you're having trouble balancing today, just go near a wall and gently touch the wall with your fingertips. Primary focus on the subtlety of the breath. As you're ready, exhale, lower the arms and the foot. Return to Samastiti. Relax the breath a moment. Find your balance standing equally on both feet. Lift tall through the center line of the body. Relax the shoulders. Inward observation. Okay, now let's bring the weight over onto the right leg. Keeping the pelvis steady. Turn the left leg out in the socket. Place the heel above the right ankle bone. Or raise the foot up anywhere on the right leg. In either case, push your left knee towards the wall behind you. Hands can be in front of the chest or up to the ceiling. Or if you want to stand near a wall and gently touch it, go ahead and do that. 6 subtle breaths. or 2 sets of 3. Gaze steady, observe your own subtle breath. When you're finished, use an exhale to lower down out of the pose. Return to Samastiti. Keep the gaze steady and the focus inward. Relax the breath. Observe it. We'll go into Ardha Utkatasana now, the half squat, returning to our pattern of 3 repetitions and then staying for 1 breath and 2 breaths. So when we're staying in that forward fold for those breaths, you may either rest your hands on your front thighs or bring them down to the floor if they come down there comfortably. Keeping the breath smooth. And again, we're going to do this without pausing, without bringing the arms down after each repetition. Subtle inhale to bring the arms forward and up. And with exhale, bend down, bending the knees and folding down, hands to the floor or to the front thighs. Inhale, arms up, chest up, legs straighten. Observe the sound of your breath. Bend down again with the exhale. Hands wherever they're comfortable. Inhale, come to the top. Another repetition like that, bend down on the exhale, keep it smooth, and up on the inhale, continue to observe, bend down again as you exhale. This time we'll stay for a breath in that forward bend position. Remember your hands can be on your knees. Inhale, slow, smooth breath. Exhale, slow, smooth breath. Up with the inhale. 1 more time, 2 breaths please. Bend down. Keep the breath fine, refined, smooth, and stay for 2 breaths. It may not be as long, that's fine, but focus on the quality. And then when you're ready, inhale to the top, and arms down with the exhale. Then relax the breath. It may want to flow a bit faster now, but heavier, that's fine. Okay, we're going to work with our hero and the hero balance. If that is not working for you today, instead of going into the balance, you can go into the asymmetrical forward bend. And we're going to work to keep the breath subtle, refined, light, smooth as we play with the balances here. Keeping the pelvis steady. Turn the right toes out and step the left leg forward. I'll bring the hands in Anjali Mudra at the chest. With the inhale, raise the arms out and up, and bend the left knee. Then with the exhale, we're going to tilt into the balance. Going to stand on your left leg, arms wide. And then inhale, lower the foot down, stretch the arms up. And exhale, bring the hands back down in front of the chest. So if the balance is not working and you don't want to put your effort there, go into a forward bend instead. Inhale, arms out and up, bend the front knee. Exhale, tilt forward on the left leg, raise the right leg, open the arms, or bend down over your straight left leg. Inhale, back into the hero, arms up, chest open, knee bent. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Keep the movements of the body light. Once again like that. Inhale, arms out and up, bend the left knee. And exhale, tilt into your balance. Inhale, lower the foot, raise the arms, bend the knee, open the chest. Exhale, hands back down into the prayer position. Now we're going to stay for a breath. See if you can keep the breath subtle. Inhale, arms out and up, bend the left knee. And exhale, tilt forward. And then stay for a breath. Let it be smooth. Support the exhale with the belly. That will help the smoothness. Inhale, lower the right foot, raise the arms, bend the left knee. Exhale, return the hands to the chest. If you need to rest your breath, do. We're going to go and stay for 2 breaths. And if you're doing the forward bend, also stay for 2 breaths there. Smooth breath. Inhale, arms out and up. Bend the left knee. Open the chest. Exhale, tilt into the balance. Be sure to fix the gaze on one point. 2 subtle breaths now. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Then you're using inhale to lower down the right foot, open the arms and the chest. Exhale the hands down to the chest, front leg straight. Relax the breath. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Samastiti. Release control of the breath. It might not be very subtle right now. Maybe rushing in and out of it. Let it go. Reconnect with the even balance under both of your feet. The lifted stance through the center of the body. The release in the shoulders. The openness of the chest. So notice there's subtle in the breath doesn't mean that you're not working. We're still engaging with the process of the breath as we usually do, inhaling from the chest down to the belly, engaging the belly to start the exhale, but keeping it refined, or moving towards refining it. Okay, let's do the other side. Keep the pelvis steady. Turn the left toes out a little bit. Step the right leg forward. We'll bring the hands into prayer position. Bring your attention back to the quality of the breath. Inhale, arms out and up as you bend the right knee. And exhale, tilt into the balance. Keep the breath smooth. Inhale, lower the foot, bend the knee. Lift the arms. And exhale, hands return to the chest. So again, if the balance is not working out, go into the forward bend instead. Inhale, arms out and up, bend the front knee. And if you're going to go to the forward bend, just straighten the leg and fold down. Inhale, everybody back to the hero. Front knee bent, arms lifted. Exhale, hands return to the chest. One more time like that. Inhale, raise the arms and bend the knee. And exhale, find your balance or go to the forward bend. Inhale, back to the hero. And exhale, hands back. So we really want to have a sense of floating as we move between these postures, keeping the breath light and the body light. Twice more now. We're going to add our stay. Inhale, raise the arms, bend the knee. Exhale into the balance or the forward bend. Steady the gaze, listen to the breath. One breath there, please. And inhale brings you back to the hero. And exhale, the hands return to the chest. Last one, 2 breaths in the balance. Inhale, lift the arms and bend the knee. And exhale, tilt into your balance or go to the forward bend. 2 breaths at your own count and listen to your breath. And inhale will return you to the hero pose. Exhale, hands back down to the chest. And return to Samastiti. Let the control of the breath go. Keep the gaze steady. Continue to observe internally, watching the breath as it relaxes. Notice its pace, its quality. We're going to come down to stand on the knees and do a vinyasa which will combine Vajrasana and Chakrabakasana. We'll just do 3 repetitions. Quality of the breath. See if you can get a little more subtle each time. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, bend all the way down so your hands are on the floor and your hips are back into a child's pose. And then inhale, come up onto all fours, keeping the hands on the floor and opening the chest. With the exhale, bring the hips back to the heels, relax the arms, the neck, the shoulders. And then with the inhale, we're going to stand up tall on the knees again. Lift up. And keep the breath subtle as we bring the arms down to the front. 2 more times like that. Subtle breath. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way to the floor. Keep the breath smooth and subtle. Inhale to all fours. And exhale, hips back to the heels. Inhale, lift up onto the knees, standing tall. Exhale, arms lower down the front. 1 more repetition. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, all the way to the floor. Inhale, hands on the floor, lift to all fours. Subtle breath, bring the hips back to the heels. Inhale, lift the arms, stand up tall. And exhale, arms down the front. Release the control of the breath. And then we're going to come all the way down onto the stomach. And stretch the arms fully out in front of you. Forehead on the floor. If that's not really comfortable for your neck, you can put a small folded towel under your forehead. Or, of course, you can just place your hands under your forehead if you need a variation. Relax the front of the body. And then reconnect with the subtle quality of the breath. And inhale, float your chest and head up off of the floor. And keep the breath subtle, the movement slow as you exhale the forehead back down to the floor. 2 more repetitions like that. Inhale, head and chest float up off of the floor, subtle breath in. And subtle breath out. That subtlety in the exhale is going to rely on some support from the belly. Inhale, float the chest and head out. And exhale, lower them down slowly. Now we're going to come up and stay. Keep the breath subtle. Inhale, raise the chest and head. Stay and exhale. Just feel your belly hug up towards your spine. It doesn't have to be a punch in the gut. Just gently hug. Stay for a smooth inhale. And with the exhale, slowly come down. Keep the breath subtle. And we're going to come up one more time. Inhale, float up. 2 breaths this time. Subtle, supported exhale. Silky, subtle inhale. And again, support that subtle exhale. Inhale, slow and subtle. And then lower your forehead down to the floor. We're going to bend the arms. Turn the face to the left, relax the shoulders, and take 3 slow, subtle breaths here. Keep the smoothness in the breath. And then turn the head to the right and do the same thing with the head turned to the right. 3 smooth, subtle breaths. Now we'll come up to all fours. We're going to work with downward facing dog. Inhale, feeling the chest rise. Exhale, tuck the toes and take the hips towards the ceiling. Knees can be bent as you push away from your hands. Inhale, keep the breath subtle as the knees come to the floor. Up twice more like that. Supported and subtle exhale to raise the hips. And inhale, subtle, slow breath as the knees come down. Again, exhale, push away from the floor with your hands, belly button to the spine. And inhale, slowly the knees come back down, keeping the breath smooth. And now move up for a breath. Exhale to lift. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. Bend the knees to the floor, keeping the breath smooth and subtle. Up one more time. Push the floor away. Support with your belly. That will help with the subtlety. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Hug the belly. Exhale. Subtle breath. Not too tight in the throat. One more breath. And knees come down to the floor. I'm going to work with the pigeon. We did a lot of hip work earlier. So we're going to stretch the hips out. If the pigeon is too much for you, turn over onto your back right now, and I will give you some instructions as we go. So we're going to either move out of a back lying position or downward facing dog to stretch the hips. So if you're still on all fours, lift up into your downward dog. And then you're going to bend your left knee, bring it all the way forward between your hands, crossing the left foot over the right thigh and reaching the right leg behind you. Then fold down. If you're on your back, you're going to straighten the right leg out and bring the left knee into the chest. If you're in the pigeon, 6 smooth breaths, please. And on your back, use your right hand to pull your left knee towards your right shoulder. Keep the hip down, but keep the pelvis down, but pull up on that angle, left knee towards the right shoulder. And in both positions, you should feel a stretch in the outer hip socket, a little more intense if you're on your belly, of course. Find the smooth breath in either posture. And once you've finished 6 breaths, if you're on your back, bend your right knee in to join your left and hug both knees into the chest. If you're on your front, inhale, lift the chest up, straighten your arms, and exhale, move to downward dog. And take a moment there. Both the downward dog and the knee hugged position are symmetrical. Then we'll do the second leg. If you're in the down dog, bend the right knee, bring it all the way forward between the hands and cross your foot over your left thigh. Then fold down. If you're on your back, straighten the left leg out and use your left hand to pull your right knee towards your left shoulder, keeping the pelvis even. In either position, 6 subtle breaths. Notice the quality. Keep with the quality of the breath. If you're on your front, after 6 breaths, bring your hands back next to the knee and inhale to lift. Use your exhale to return to downward dog if you're on your back. Hug both knees into your chest. Take a couple subtle breaths here. When you're ready, if you're in the down dog, inhale the knees to the floor. And exhale your hips back to your heels, keeping the subtlety in the breath. Okay, and then we'll all end up lying on the back. I'm going to lie on the back with the feet and knees close to each other, touching the ankles, touching the inner knees for Supta Baddha Konasana. For 3 repetitions, we'll inhale the knees wide and the arms up overhead, and then we'll stay for 1 breath, and then for 2. With the inhale, stretch the arms up overhead and open the knees out wide. With the exhale, bring the arms to the sides and close the knees together. Subtle breath, 2 more times like that. Inhale, knees wide, arms reach up and back. Move at the speed of your breath. Keep the breath subtle, arms down and knees together. 1 more like that. Inhale, knees open, arms lift. Exhale, knees close, arms come down. Same thing, add a breath of stay. Subtle inhale, arms up overhead, knees wide. Now the soles of the feet can be touching or turned towards each other, and stay for 1 breath. So a nice slow, smooth exhale. A subtle inhale. Then knees close, arms return to the sides. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up overhead, knees wide. Soles of the feet facing each other or touching each other. 2 subtle breaths on your own. Then an exhale, we'll bring the arms down and the knees together. Relax the breath a moment. I'm going to do a dynamic variation of a twist. If this bothers your sacrum, if it doesn't feel bad right at the top of the pelvis or in the lower back, take some other version of the twist, or just hug the knees, or you can do a pelvic lift if the twist is really not working for you today. So take the arms a little wide, keeping the breath subtle. With the exhale, we're just going to rock the knees over to the left. The legs won't be lined up, and it's a different feeling than we usually get in the twist. The head might automatically turn to the right. Let it go. So, subtle inhale, return to the center. And then exhale, rock the knees over to the right side. Relax the legs as much as you can. And inhale back into the center. Again, exhale, rock the knees over to the left. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Inhale, return the legs to the center. And exhale, rock them over to the right side. And inhale to the center. Once again, exhale, rock them over to the left. Inhale to the center. And exhale over to the right. And inhale to the center. Now we'll stay. Exhale, rock the knees to the left. Subtle breath in here. Subtle breath out. And inhale, center. And exhale, rock the knees over to the right. And stay for a breath in. Subtle, smooth breath in. Subtle, smooth breath out. Inhale to the center. One last time to each side. Exhale, knees rock over to the left. Head can be turned to the right. 2 subtle breaths. Keep the breath as smooth as possible. Inhale, knees to the center. And exhale, rock them over to the right side. Head can turn to the left. 2 smooth breaths, subtle breaths. Smooth breath back to the center. Take a moment. Relaxing the control of the breath. Then we're going to bring the knees into the chest. 6 repetitions of asana. Slow, smooth, subtle breath. Exhale the knees in close towards the chest. You can take a moment of pause. And inhale, knees float away from the chest. Have the feet separated and relaxed. Elbows straighten, but the shoulders stay down. Subtle exhale, hug the knees into the chest again. And inhale, float them away. Keep the breath smooth. Exhale, hug in. Little natural pause. Then inhale, knees move away, chest opens. Do 3 more breaths like that on your own. Keep listening to the sound of the breath. The breath may be getting longer here. That would be great. And keep it smooth. As you're done with those repetitions, feet down to the floor. And as you're ready, stretch out into Shavasana, final relaxation. Lengthening out onto your back. Legs comfortably separated. Arms a bit away from the body, palms turned up. Neck comfortable, supporting the head if necessary. Once the body is settled, consciously release, relaxing up the whole length of the body. If necessary, make some small adjustments. And then find yourself in a position that you can maintain for several minutes. As you relax, the breath may become very, very subtle. Keep noticing, no longer controlling the breath, but continuing to observe it. Notice your breath moving automatically in and out. Feel its subtle effect on the body at rest. And then draw in a fuller breath and exhale it completely. And let the next inhale lead the arms into a stretch up overhead and a reach long from fingers to toes. And once you've had a good stretch there, exhale the knees to the chest. Feel a gentle stretch in the low back. Then roll to your right side. Coming up to sit as you're ready. Find a comfortable seat where your sit bones can be well grounded and your spine can be lifted, chest open. We're going to work with alternate nostril exhale. So the inhales are that long, smooth, subtle ujjayi we've been using. The exhales are going to move out through the nostril, and I like you to think of the exhale like a thread of silk. Imagine running your finger along a long thread of silk that just feels like it could go on and on forever. That's the smoothness and the delicacy that we want to bring to the exhale. And we'll valve with the right hand, right index and middle finger folded down to the palm. You can use whatever variation for valving if that doesn't work for you. For the inhales, the hand will be resting down on the knee. We'll begin with a smooth and subtle ujjayi inhale. And relax the throat, lift the hand, and exhale. Cover your right nostril, breathe out through the left. Thinking of that long, smooth, silky breath. At the end of the exhale, lower the hand. Once the hand is down, slow, subtle, controlled inhale. And pause and lift the hand. Cover the left nostril and breathe smooth, silky breath out through the right. Complete the breath. Pause as you lower the hand down. Gentle ujjayi. Inhale slow and smooth. Pause as you lift the hand. Cover the right and exhale through the left. Slow and smooth breath. Really controlling the amount of breath so it doesn't go out too quickly. Keep it silky, smooth, and thin, long thread. Pause to lower the hand. Inhale through both nostrils. Pause to lift the hand. Cover the left and breathe out through the right. Let's do that a few more times at your own pace, accentuating the subtlety of both portions of the breath. Subtle inhale through both nostrils. Smooth and silky exhale through alternate nostrils. Remember to pause as you're lifting and lowering the hand. one more round. The last thing will be the exhale through the right nostril. When you're finished, check your comfortable posture, rooted in the sit bones, lifted through the spine, eyes closed, lips gently closed, face relaxed. Observe the flow of the breath. Subtle focus, refined focus on the natural flow of the breath. Notice the quality of the mind. Has that subtle inward focus pacified it? Do the senses, in fact, feel more inward? With practice and repetition, this is the fruit we are told to expect. Keep your eyes closed. Allow your senses to open out into the environment. Feel the touch of the air on your skin. Hear any sounds around you. Is there anything to taste or smell? Notice the light that comes through your closed eyelids. Slowly, eyes come open. Namaste. Thanks for being here today. I hope that focus on the breath did in fact bring you more inward. As always, I'd love to hear what your experience is. Please sign in and let me know. There will be no class next Tuesday. We'll be teaching on Thursday and next Thursday, but not next Tuesday, which is the 6th, I think. Okay. So I hope I'll see you Thursday, but I won't be here a week from today.